Hello everyone, I'm John. Welcome back to my channel to learn more science with me. So, welcome to our third month of Habitats Monthly, and today we're going to be looking at swamps, wetlands and marshes. So, let's get started. Introduction to swamps. A swamp is a flooded forest all year round. So that means a swamp is like a forest and it's flooded all year round. So there's no time where it's dry, although droughts may sometimes occur, but in a normal climate, a swamp is flooded all year round. Introduction to wetlands. So it is filled with water in the monsoon season. So that's the rainy season. Introduction to marshes. So a marsh is a type of wetland, not completely in trees. That's the thing. So they don't have as many trees as they would do if you had in a normal wetland or in a swamp. Now let's look at something that we all fairly want to talk about, the animals. So all the animals here are all adapted to either swimming, climbing trees, or flying, or are basically adapted to these wet conditions. Let's have a look at mighty mangroves. So I was gonna talk about plants, but when I was looking at plants as specifically for this habitat, I actually noticed for these three habitats, I actually noticed that we don't really need to talk about plants in general because we have mighty mangroves, which are very important because they're like trees, but unlike other trees, they are much more important because they protect the mainland from storms, which is what forests do, and they provide hiding spots for animals both in the air and underwater. So that's very good. And they also absorb carbon dioxide, not just from the air, but they can also help absorb carbon dioxide from the underwater because their roots are going underwater, and then in turn reduce ocean acidification. So these mangroves are really mighty. They have a lot of might and they work really hard for our planet. Troubles. So like all the habitats that we're going to be looking at, there are going to be some troubles for these habitats. So there will be troubles, and here are the troubles for marshes, swamps and wetlands. Climate change. So as you know, the weather is changing and then it's bringing more storms that the mangrove trees in particular can tolerate. And then ocean acidification, there's more carbon dioxide that the ocean is absorbing, and it's more than the mangrove trees can tolerate, and then in turn destroys the wildlife. And poaching, so when they take out animals from the habitat, and then deforestation, which is where we cut down trees. And yes, so there's a lot of deforestation going on, especially my parents' home country of Sri Lanka. There's a lot of deforestation in these wetlands because these trees they cut down and they sell the wood, and this is really bad because it doesn't just stop the environment from working properly, that habitat, it also releases the carbon dioxide that the tree has absorbed for many years now, and then it's just not good for the tree and for the whole habitat. In fact, for the whole world it isn't good. Pollution. So when things that aren't supposed to be in the environment end up in the environment. Now we're looking at the downside. We need to look at what we can actually do and how we can help our planet. Because remember, we need to help our planet, and here are what we can do to help the planet. And especially, here's how we can help swamps, marshes, and wetlands. Stopping climate change. So as you know, it will have a lot of good effects for stopping what's happened in the previous slide where we looked at the troubles. It helps stop climate change, ocean acidification, so it's having many benefits of just stopping climate change, not just for the extreme weather but for a lot of other benefits. Donating to charities. So charities are like non-profit organizations for good causes. They take your money for good causes, so they're not going to waste it. They're going to put it into something good, such as helping the environment. recycling. So if we can recycle, that in turn helps us to reduce the amount of waste in our environment. And if it does end up, litter pick or clean up the waste that's in our environment. So litter picking is another one. And then using our voice. Remember, we can't do all of this by ourselves. Governments also need to stand up. So we need to use our voice like these people are. And we need to raise our voices for the government mainly, to tell them we are trying to tell you, if you are in power, you need to make sure that you do the right decisions for our planet. Especially for our planet, for our future. Thank you very much for watching our third episode of Habitats Monthly. I know it might be slightly shorter, but thank you for watching this episode. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time for our next Habitats Monthly. I think we're going to be looking at rivers and lakes, and also for my next topic in my YouTube channel. See you later. Bye.